Ooh, you are listening to Keith Price's Curtain Call. This is Keith Price, and we are back to the Curtain Call. I am at Samuel French's office talking to new playwrights as far as the rest of the world is concerned, but certainly they have been writing for quite a minute. And the fact that I'm discovering them this late, shame on me. At the same time, I'm doing my best to help you guys find these people as well. And so I have to say, I'm now sitting across from one of the off-Broadway play festival winners, Miss France-Luce Benson. I want to call her France-Luce Benson.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
This wonderful, wonderful, wonderful playwright who, her piece, Risen from the Dough, was featured in the play festival and has emerged as one of the winners. So for you, all of the writing and the things that you have done, if you go find her, France-Luce Benson, if you find Benson, I have to Benson.
It's the colonial name, yeah. Benson. Benson.
Like the TV show when I grew up.
Yes, exactly.
For you, winning this piece, winning this prize, how does it feel to have your work recognized on such a grand scale like this?
Wonderful. It's, I mean,
it's okay.
Exactly. It's really refreshing. I feel like I'm part of a new movement because, as you said, I've been around for a minute. Mm-hmm. And it's always been important for me to write from my cultural perspective for a lot of reasons. Mm-hmm. And I feel like the theater world is starting to catch up in terms of thinking globally and looking at stories from people of color across the African diaspora, yes, that there isn't just this one narrative. And, you know, with plays like Eclipsed and Familiar, you know, I feel like there's a new movement now happening. So it feels like I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
Oh my God, Miss Benson. I have to say, when I saw the piece, I was taken by the fact, it's Risen from the Dough, I was taken by the fact that the characters were Haitian in Miami during a period of time which was kind of indeterminate, but if they were here trying to get their American dream on. So for you, I wasn't clear from the research if you were born in Haiti yourself, or are you Haitian American, as you know, we all have something / American.
Haitian American, but I actually was born in Africa. My father was working there. Both of my parents are born and raised in Haiti, but my father was they were in the 70s. A lot of Haitians worked in Africa as teachers and doctors, and he was part of that. And so I was born there. Mm-hmm. We left when I was a baby. By the time we got to Miami, I was 7. So, you know, I've been in America pretty much all my life.
I love that. So that is very interesting because if you take the time to do some research like I did before sitting down to have this conversation with Ms. Benson, if you look at her resume and the work that she has that is available for you to see and read, I've noticed that there was a thread that lots of your characters, especially your main characters, are Haitian American, some flavor of that. Is that intentional for you to represent that story?
Yes. When I first started writing plays, you know, I was very Americanized. So, you know, I was kind of writing generic, like, teenage angst type stuff. And my first full-length play, which for me, it felt like when I really found my voice, I wrote about a family living in Haiti during the Duvalier dictatorship. And that was really the first time that I had done extensive research on my own culture. Like, I really, growing up in Miami, you know, I wanted to fit in, right. You know, so I wasn't really yeah. Mm-hmm. So once I started researching, I was like, wow, this is not what they were saying on the news. Like, this is not, like, this is really messed up. Like, exactly. You know, because my culture, it's amazing. Our history, the tapestry of artistic culture, painting, sculpture, writers that came out of, intellectuals. So it just like lit a fire under me, and it just became part of my mission to tell our story authentically and to celebrate the culture, to introduce people to the culture who don't know anything about it. And so it has been, and I've written other things. You mentioned that you saw my comedy pilot. I write, I'm open to writing all kinds of stories, but that is really important to me as a Haitian American, that I tell our stories and I tell our history and I celebrate it.
I love that. That's France. I'm going to get it all wrong now. France-Luce Benson here with me on The Curtain Call, and we're talking about not only her piece Risen from the Dough, which was one of the winners of the Samuel French Off-Broadway Play Festival, but at the same time her work overall and her mission as a writer. So do you feel that at this point now, because you are basically carrying that torch of those intellectuals and those other writers from the homeland, as we would like to say, how hard is that to maintain in a world where they want you to pop your neck and roll your eyes as a woman of color, because that seems to be the thing that people want to see? How difficult is that for you to balance your work in that place?
The challenging thing is to hold on to my integrity. And I've done the starving artist thing for years, and and there have been a lot of times where I've said, I could just write one of those plays and make it easy on myself, or tell different stories. But I don't find any joy in that. I don't feel fulfilled doing that. So, the challenge has been having the willingness to keep going, pretty much. There have been times where I've been discouraged and like, nobody cares about this, but then, I've always had moments where, just before I was about to give up, where it's been reflected back that I need to be doing this, where people have celebrated the work. And when I meet young people who are of Haitian descent or from any other country, just, first generationers who go through similar struggles of maintaining their identity while also adapting and acculturating into this new country, they find inspiration. I've had young people come to see my plays, and like I've never seen, I've had young Haitian students, this play, when it was first done, say, I've never seen a play with Haitian people in it, ever. I've never seen that, and they were so happy. So that's what keeps me going.
It's interesting because talking to France-Luce Benson here, and I felt the same way, because in all of the things that I've been able to see, I don't recall ever seeing anything with Haiti as being a part of any of the conversation. And, we forget here in America as quote unquote, sometimes African Americans, that all of those places like Haiti and the Dominican Republic and Central and South America, for that example, which is where my family's from, like we sometimes forget here in the United States that there is a whole world of color that's living an entirely different kind of lifestyle beyond Africa. And it's really interesting when, I had the pleasure of talking to Denai Guerrera, and one of the things that she seems to do, that she's the one who wrote Eclipsed, her work is she's very into telling the same types of stories from that perspective. Yeah. And I think that that's interesting because it isn't happening. But for her to be celebrated the way she has been celebrated now, does that give you encouragement? Between that and winning the Samuel French Off-Broadway Play Festival to be published later this year, does that give you even more to go on?
Absolutely. And there are others like her. I'm going to butcher her name, but I can't even. But
Look it up. Y'all know what she's talking about.
and Jeff Augustine is another playwright of Haitian descent who he had a show at Roundabout last year, and he had just had a play that opened in La Jolla, in California. So there, it's happening, and it does give me hope, a great deal of hope. Yeah.
Well, now I'm looking forward to seeing what else you have in your Haitian collective.
The Haitian Revolution. That's the one that I'm working on now. It's a play about the Haitian Revolution.
Y'all, honey, France-Luce is about to turn it out. She's gonna make the Great White Way see Haiti if it kills them, right?
Yes.
I love it. So again, France-Luce Benson. Go to francelucebenson.com, right? I forgot. It's something like that. But France-Luce, that's with a hyphen, Benson. Go and check out the stuff that she has, because again, not only has her play Risen from the Dough, the short play that's being featured in the Samuel French Collective that's going to be coming out later this year, I believe. But at the same time, go look and see her other work, and look and see how she is taking an experience that's not being represented and giving it to you in a way so that you can understand something that you don't. Because that's the beautiful part about theater, is that it is to edify as well as to entertain. Yeah. And so, girl, I was like, honey, that's what Risen from the Dough. Go and when it comes out, check it out and see what's going on. Thank you so much, Miss France. This was a very enlightening afternoon for me to have the conversations that I've had with you and some of the other playwrights, because it's very inspiring personally for me, and I think that for people that are listening that have that creative desire, that have some piece of that inside of them, there is a place that they can use to express it. And you were one of those people that's making it possible for them to do that. So I thank you for that so much.
It was great meeting you.
This is fantastic. So again, find France of Miss Benson. Go find Mr. Tuttle. Go find Miss Joy, and learn and understand that everyone has a different perspective and a different voice, and they're finding ways to get it on stage, which as an actor and a comedian, I'm thrilled to hear. So again, that is France-Luce Benson that's here with me, and we will be back.